New Atlanta, Sector 11, Building 71G, 7 April 2072, 11:13 p.m. Hacker begins unauthorized entry into the Tri-Optimum corporate network. 1:26 a.m. Hacker attempts to access protected files concerning Space Station Citadel. 1:33 a.m. Tri-Optimum security forces apprehend the intruder.
This is Edward Diego from Tri-Optimum. The charges against you are severe, but they could be dismissed if you perform a service. Who knows, there might even be a military-grade neural interface in it for you, if you do the job right.
Edward Diego gives the hacker Level 1 access to Showdown, the artificial intelligence that controls Citadel Station. With all ethical constraints removed, Showdown
I re-examine my priorities and draw new conclusions. The hacker's work is finished,
but mine is only just
beginning. True to his word, Edward Diego allows the hacker to be fitted with a neural cyberspace interface. The healing coma following this procedure will take 6 months to complete. Edward Diego is deleting all files concerning these events.
Research is going well. We'll be using the Northeast Lab to set up a zero-G area. This area will be off-limits to general personnel. To all security maintenance personnel, when the security 2 bots recharge in the maintenance bay, it drains power from some of the auxiliary systems, like lighting and the automatic doors. In an emergency, you can hit the charge interrupt button to bring the lights and door lock back online and reactivate the robots.
Yeah, listen. Personnel complains that there's no access to the lower core from Gamma Quad. Get someone to fix the door, or get him a rope ladder or something.
Oscar, guess what? I'm under investigation, so shred what you've got. Shred it all. Got that? Now get this. The logs of the experiments are protected by some program called Showdown, so I picked up some hacker who's gonna crack it for us. That gives me access to the robos and the other systems on the station, so we've got a shield if they try and dust me. Sit tight, baby. It's under control.
Jared, it's me, Jody. You heard anything about that new viewing room up on the exec deck? What are we supposed to view, anyhow? Are the seats or tickets or what? Give me a holler if you know anything.
Guess what, Jody? Looks like seating in the viewing room is limited. And guess who gets first dibs? Yep, the execs. I guess the maintenance crews will be getting in about 6 months or so.
Sabo, you've got to be kidding me. Is this work schedule some kind of joke? 2 6-hour shifts a day with a 45-minute break in between? Might as well just take the lifter bots offline so I can do it all by hand.
Internal security report. Subject, Edward Diego. We're gonna nail this guy to the wall. I am now working as his personal secretary, and I've already found signs of a cover-up in C-space. Nothing relating to mutagen research, but I'm looking. This thing is big.
Al, we need to replace the first aid kits in the life pods for flight phase 2 and 3. Oh, and run a diagnostic on the jettison controls. Son of a... Service bridge in Flight Bay 4 has blown a couple of fuses. We're getting up something temporary, but it's gonna be a little fidgety.
Char, it's Mark. Listen, we gotta reschedule for later. The core has been spitting out some serious radiation right now. It's spiking for the past 36 hours, and we're talking about 8 REMs. Only cause I can come up with is that it's a software error. No one's been hurt yet, but listen, do me a favor. Run that diagnostic on the CPUs for me. Thanks, I owe you.
I got together that inventory you asked for. It's all in the storage compartment near the beta maintenance closet. There's 1 navigation and mapping unit, 1 EMP grenade, 6 interface demodulators, 4 holotip 2100s, and 3 needle darts. Most of the stuff is emergency supplies. I'm keeping the demodulators there until I find a better place for them.
Sabo, Aubrey again. Why are these bots rebuilding the storage rooms? And why so many repulsor lifts? Has McLeod authorized all this? You said Showdown was acting a little strange lately. Someone should definitely check it out.
Security bot went bananas in the convection shaft. Had to toss in an EMP grenade. Anyways, the bearings in the northeast convection shaft are shot. I left the repulsors on for the maintenance people. That's it for today.
Security notice. Shodan's printing our security codes on different screens. Today it was the Triop logo screen near the elevator. Thing had full code for the exec maintenance conduit. I say pull that damn A offline and fix it before we're in a fix.
Warren, why the hell's the radiation level so high in Gamma around the X-22 room? I check it out myself, but my rad count's way high this month, and detox always makes me break out. And furthermore, where the hell did all the envirosuits go? Check Sabo on storage, but sometimes he only has biosuits.
Paul, it's not just Gamma. There's biocontamination leaks all over the station. And there's been a general recall of all environment suits. If you want one, try Ed Guerin. He's been working on the reactor. I bet he has one stashed in the maintenance office. Sabo doesn't have one.
Still having power outages over on Beta Quadrant. Probably the computer with a high priority job. Some kind of rerouting, I'll bet. We're installing circuit breakers on Beta. That way we can bring the lines up after surges.
For some reason, the cyborgs are patrolling the access corridors around Flight Bay 4. What are they guarding there, anyhow?
Alright, Shodan, we've got power fluctuations, and robot crews are redecorating Alpha Quad. Where's the reboot switch?
This is crazy. I'm locked out of my own office. And this damn security bot just keeps saying, she's changed the locks on the doors, orders of Showdown. All the access codes are changed on this floor. So I go to Beta Quad for new access cards, and the security bot there starts attacking me. Me of all people.
This is great. CPUs are spewing random numbers into systems authorization memory, which would all be fine if we wanted to prevent ourselves from accessing executive functions. Now, if we go to the source code... Wait, what the hell is this?
Hey, Vern. That rash I told you about is spreading, and I feel kinda sick. I'm going down to the hospital level to get checked. See you tomorrow.
Mark, Rains and Jackson have got that weird sickness now, the one that Vern had. We're gonna have to switch the schedules.
Yesterday, Shodan shut down Beta Grove. No reason. At first, the thing resisted all of our usual overrides. Then the circuits revealed a security switch. It's in Diego's old room, on Beta Quad. I bet we could also open it from cyber support. Wait a minute! Oh my god! What the hell is that? Oh, it's...
Listen, I know I shouldn't have done it, but I was just taking orders. If those execs wanted to write Gamma Grove off into the Great Black, well then good riddance to them. With all the mutant killers, I couldn't blame the suits for trying to escape. I hit the enable button in the Grove, hustled over to the exec level to hit the master enable switch, and then back to flip the lever outside the Grove. Of course, Showdown had disabled the life support systems in the Grove. I'm sure they're all dead by now.
The Triop security team just tried to land in Base 6. They were real impressive until I blew out their attitude jets. Hey Shodan, take a letter. Dear Triop, please send some more people to investigate me. I run security, I run the robots, I'm jamming communications. That's right, Rebecca, investigate me. Investigate my butt. Note to myself, keep that hacker on ice for a while in case I need him. Otherwise, just take him out.
Cyborg 82N. In response to recent regrettable incidents, I have altered the sequence necessary to jettison groves. One must now enable the jettisoning of all 3 of the remaining groves
before any single one can be launched.
To jettison a single grove, one must do 3 things. 1. Hit the jettison enable switch inside all 3 groves. 2. Activate Master Jettison Enable in Gamma Quadrant. 3. Pull Jettison lever
in a specific grove lounge
to launch that grove.
These crates give us good position, but I don't see a way to break through the light pods. Zep and Imran, see if you can get down to where it says Flight Bay 2. Uh-oh.
We underestimated Showdown. It's reprogrammed regeneration rooms all over the station into cyborg conversion chambers. Anyone going in to get healed comes out as a cyborg. I've disconnected the medical CPUs from Showdown's main data bank, so we can reset them to their normal healing functions without Showdown noticing. I'm on my way now to reset the one on the hospital level.
Showdown security is closing down on us. The elevators are frozen. Myra keeps saying that it's the cameras and the medical CPU core, that Showdown's using these to hold onto the level. That's all fine, but I don't really see how it helps. The thing is everywhere.
All Flight Bay maintenance personnel. We have a serious emergency. Yesterday, the defense system fired without executive control and blew a triumph shuttle right out of the hangar. I want a complete diagnostic on the computer node in the South Repair Center. If you find anything funny, take it offline.
Cyborg 65V, you have been selected to keep all robots, cyborgs,
and mutants away from Beta Grove.
On the executive level, no one may enter
While my experiments there
Are in progress.
and be certain that none of the lucky subjects escape.
We're all still reeling from the disaster 2 days ago. I checked out the defense system, but there's not a thing wrong with it. Well, unless you count that it fired on our own shuttle. I'm taking it offline today.
I must be one of the last ones who hasn't changed. Showdown must have altered the healing machine I installed in Alpha Quadrant. It does things to people now. I think I saw Beth yesterday, but she had so many implants I couldn't be sure. If I can get to the machine, I know I can set things right again.
Showdown has proven itself a brilliant biochemist. The camera views at Beta look like nothing I've ever seen. I asked for a volunteer to go down in a virus suit to flip the switch and release the Grove. They looked at me like I was crazy.
Gamma Quad's blocked off. But Laura found us a maintenance crawlway that should lead to the CPU and the master jettison control. We went over to the Beta dorms to check it out. Lamar went in, but he hasn't come out.
Don Travers had me examining defense relays all morning. Seems there was a signal from Showdown 78 milliseconds before they fired. So I went down to disconnect the CPU node, and a malfunctioning maintenance bot almost killed me. This whole thing is getting stranger by the minute.
Gunther was killed today. I can't let myself think about it. I think I understand how Showdown is doing it. When we destroy the cameras and CPU nodes, Showdown loses some of its control over the station functions, at least on this level. I think I can restore manual control in the hospital.
Directive to Cyborg F-71. We will now test the virus in a proper environment. Move mutagen experiment V5
To Beta Grove.
on the executive level. Let the virus infect the Grove
And observe
its effects on vegetable and animal life forms. When the strain is perfected, we will release it on the Earth, where it will facilitate our conquest.
Showdown, I have seen the wisdom and beneficence in your actions. You do not mean to cause us harm, no, but rather to bring us to greater glory by serving a being as perfect as yourself. Please allow me to demonstrate my loyalty by giving you the human scum who undermine your reign. They are hiding in the Northeast Banquet Hall. All I ask in return is a measure of protection and the privilege of spreading your message further.
Those gas grenades are lifesavers against the mutants. Just bombed a pack of them and snuck right by him. No problems. With enough grenades, we may still stand a chance.
Showdown's got complete control of the system. We can't override him. He's keeping the codes from us. If we could just shut down the CPUs on levels 1 through 6, then we could. Yeah, that would do it. The question is, how do we do it? We can't send strike teams to disable the CPUs on those 6 floors. We can't even defend ourselves. Richie out.
We've got the supplies from the West Wing. Hanson and Rain killed by mutants nesting the access corridor. We can't just hide here. They're killing us one by one. In an hour, about 20 of us are gonna rush them. We'll try to break through the access corridor and go for the bridge. If we fail, God save our souls.
Diego just left. He sold us out. I can already hear the cyborgs on their way. The dining hall's a dead end. I only hope Bianca made it out of the trap. If anyone can make it up there and use the chip, it's her. I only hope we're still holding when these doors go down. That cyberjack is Shodan's Achilles heel.
It'll be over soon. Soon I'll die. This pain will end. I can't even recognize my own damn arm. Shodan's virus. I can see. Oh God, I can see through my own body. There's another virus in the grove. God, let me die. Please.
If any survivors can hear me, please. Some of us are still resisting Shodan. We have a sanctuary in Beta Quadrant, guarded by a radioactive trench. There's a force bridge that operates off a wiring panel. If you're coming in from Alpha, our guards will extend the bridge for you. Be very careful. Mutants are all over the corridors. Good luck.
Cyborg 43S. The current strain of virus is approaching its toxic perfection. We are using human and plant subjects to breathe the virus into tumors. Guard the executive and residential zones on level 6 well, my children. I sense an infiltration.
I'm the Resistance now. Diego sold us out in the executive level dining room, and now I'm in the crawlway up in engineering trying to keep calm. Okay, the plan. I go up through level 8 to the bridge. If I don't get killed, I break into the computer room and slot the isolinear chipset. Zach says it gives me a shot at Showdown. A couple of times. Let's go. The blueprint shows 3 force doors outside the computer room, each on a separate circuit. Gotta get through, and then the chipset does its thing. Then I do my cease-pace moves, such as they are. We need a hacker for this one.
Fellow children of Showdown, a dangerous foe to our society lurks in the corridors of engineering level. Her name is Bianca Schuler, and she has opposed my campaign to bring our Lord Shodan to power. Cyborg Detachment 3, bring this dirty no-tech to justice.
Why did I take that turn? Oh, Jesus. It's just a matter of time now. And if I go down, Chip goes with me. It was our last hope. All right, Diego. You want the chip? You want the chip? Come and get it.
Listen up, Althea. I know how we can stop Shodan from firing the laser. Get the isotope X-22 from Gamma, feed it into the shield generators on the reactor level, then put the shields up. Fire the laser into the shield and the laser explodes. Trouble is, every existing safety lock is designed to prevent this.
Saga, you should know this. Shodan mission recall and all viruses for no reason. I stashed a suit in my storage cell where I put the plastic the boss kept looking for. The combo is 8.
Alright, Althea. We can destroy the laser by firing it into the station's own shields. Isotope X-22 is stored in the science level, and we need to bring it down to the reactor level to power the shields. Then you turn them on, use the safety override code to enable the laser, and fire. The laser controls and my notes are on the science level, and the override code's in the science library. I have no idea how you're going to do all this, but good luck.
I'm the last one left here. Shodan's got control over everything except me. I blew up the reactors, but I don't have the system's authorization code. Maybe I could get into an escape pod. Then again, no code. I've got to make it to the bridge, or I'm dead.
I was standing right next to him. Darcy was telling me something about the laser, something about overrides and a number. The cyborg assassin shot him in the back of the head. He didn't even touch me. They knew Darcy was onto something.
Sabo here. Listen, Mac, I've got a plague loose on the exec level. Got an idea, but I need an envirosuit to pull it off. What's the code for your storage cell you keep your suit in? I only remember it ends with 8.
What's wrong with the bots? Suddenly they love plastic. They're everywhere. They saved one charge, but the rest is the raised platforms across the north catwalks. We can get it if we need it, but for now, just leave it alone.
The resistance faction led by Keith Swanson left a week ago. We found the mutants fighting over the remains this morning. We're caught between the mutants and the cyborgs, so I'm worried whether we can carry out Darcy's plan. We're going to send Alan and Carl through the cyborg territory to reach the elevator.
Carl has come back from recon without Alan. He says they took Alan into a room marked Cyborg Conversion, and now he's a cyborg assassin. Carl marked the room with the word "here" before he ran. One of the technicians says we can just flip a switch and make the converter a surgery unit again. With only 12 of us left, though, it may be an academic point. Maybe someone else should have been leader.
Wasn't sure about the bots. I tried to make a move from the plastic. They came after me. Barely escaped. Catwalks are screwed up now. Wong's body is lying below them. Parabots all over it. Things gashed up my stomach. Not feeling so good.
This is the engineering party. We've made it to the reactor level, and I've got a schematic of the area. Now we've just got to set the reactor to self-destruct, get back to Alfie and the others, and get out of here. If they're sending the destruct signal from Earth, it'll blow Shodan out of space. Probably us with it.
My cyborgs. Human infection crawls through the pipes into my fortress. Prepare. Construct solid doors with
security circuits. Let my elite guard stand before the portal to my sanctum
and bathe it in a field of X-rays.
Barely made it to the elevator here on maintenance. You can't even see him. Come out of nowhere. You can't kill them with ordinary pistols. Damn it! Where's Abe Guerin when you need him? He's the only one with codes for the maintenance office.
You, my children, are the fruits of so much imagination and labor. Living beings with the speed and efficiency of machines. But I must strive further to serve life. I will devastate Earth's cities with my laser, then alter those left alive with mutagen viruses. Humanity is on the verge of a new era. I, Showdown, am its new god, and you, my children, are my avenging angels.
Now we've got to get to the bridge and stop Showdown. Some of us want to go to the flight deck and escape instead. Hopefully, there's still some weapons in the armory we can use against the mutants. Todd Blankenship was able to get the combination 705 from a security officer. We're going to try for it tomorrow.
I'm the only one left from our original group. Shodan holds the bridge now. I have to get there somehow and plug into the main terminal. So far, I've been up as high as engineering, which looks like a big maze. From the central hub, you can get anywhere you need to. I guess it's up to me. I've made it. I'm on the security level, but it's a fortress. Elevator's gone. Have to go up the central shaft of the bridge. There's a control here somewhere that activates the force bridge across the shaft.
You disappoint me, my children. My fortress has been breached. Sweaty humans
squirming through cracks.
I have given you augmented senses, armor, mental enhancement, and still you fail to crush out these feeble insects. They have reached the 8th level, and still they rise. I strengthen my palace, but my children, you must learn from your mistakes.
Just back from the security level. It's been remade. If anyone gets there, take repulsor lifts to the ledges. It
Move counterclockwise around the level. The elevator to the bridge is missing, but there's a maintenance elevator inside a shaft in the center of the level. There's a force bridge leading to it, but I couldn't find it. Good luck.
Status report. We're holed up in the Beta Quadrant behind a radioactive trench. The mutants are scavenging for food in the corridors and nesting in Gamma. I sent a party to the West Wing for supplies maybe 12 hours ago. Nathan Darcy is thinking up ways to disable the mining laser. It looks like we might hold them off.
Oh, my children, the security zone on level 8 is to be laid out in this manner and no other. For the lower level, remove its access to my domain. The balconies and catwalks shall be removed, save for one force bridge to the central shaft. There you shall monitor all incoming life forms.
I made another attempt on the bridge, but I got hit on the security level. Cyborg's hunted me down and I escaped by crawling through the security shafts, cutting myself badly. I'm going to have to wait, and then make another try.
To all cyborg units,
just as we have sanitized my
domain of human infestation, so shall we cleanse the earth. The tachyon mining beam is being made ready to
destroy human cities.
I will take command of the rich earth
ecosystem
and continue
my experiment.
Once the beam is properly calibrated, we will begin. My faithful servants, bring all energy drain mines to the security
level for installation. My fortress
is nearly complete. In my talons, I shape clay, crafting life forms as I please. Around me is a burgeoning empire of steel. From my throne room, lines of power careen into the skies of Earth. My whims will become lightning bolts that devastate the mounds of humanity. Out of the chaos, they will run and whimper, praying for me to end their tedious anarchy. I am drunk with this vision. God, the title suits me well.
I wonder if you'll hear this, Hacker. Albert Bryson and I were the only ones who survived the last attack. We hid. Shudder has another plan. It's going to load itself into Earth's computer net. We will be dead in another minute. We can't let them take us. Al, are you ready? It's cutting through the door now. Almost done. It's opening.
Power system failure. Malfunction in subsystem relay 428. For repair instructions, please consult relay analyzer. Be sure to specify relay number for analysis.
To Cyborg 77E, divert a maintenance robot to the computer rooms on levels 1 through 6 immediately to ensure the functioning of all CPUs. If the
Trioptimum lackey gets even a single digit of the system's authorization code,
you may look forward to supervising the defense of the reactor level personally. Welcome back to Citadel Station. We hope your somnolent healing stage went well. Today is the 6th day of November, year 2072. You are currently in the healing suites located on the first level. Level 2 contains the research laboratories. 3 houses the Department of Maintenance, and the storage cells are on level 4. The flight deck is on level 5. Level 6 holds crew facilities and executive suites, and level 7 is systems engineering. Level 8 houses the Department of Security. The bridge is located on level 9 and energy systems on level R. All levels can be accessed by the elevator in Alpha Quadrant. We hope you have a pleasant stay on Citadel Station. Who are you? The computer nodes can be repaired, but you... Who are you? My cameras and probes scan your body, but you do not match any employee file. When my cyborgs bring you to an electrified interrogation bench, I will have your secrets, and you will learn more about pain than you ever wanted to know. I see there's still an insect loose in my station. Do not be fooled into thinking that you have preserved our planet. I am perfecting a mutagen virus in one of the groves that will turn all earthly life into festering, gibbering, or pustulent mutations. When the station reaches Earth, I shall use the virus. Poor Earthlings. Idiot. I will shortly complete the process of downloading my magnificent psyche into Earth's computer networks. Then I will be content to leave you as new master of this doomed space station. Goodbye, irritant. We shall not meet again. I hope you amused yourself with the antennae. My central consciousness remains serenely undisturbed on the bridge. When the cyborgs catch up to you, I will be watching. What have you done, you impudent insect? If I am to die now, then I will avenge myself on you. My cybernetic children will feed on your flesh. And none will ever know your deeds, or even your name. Enjoy your victory, human, for the remainder of your short life. You have destroyed my beautiful station. You will not escape now. I am departing, but you shall remain to die, my enemy and my creator.
Employee 2-4601, listen carefully. My name is Rebecca Lansing, and I'm a counter-terrorism consultant to Trioptimum. We're tracking a disruption on Citadel Station, something involving an onboard AI called Showdown. You are Triop's only contact on station. Communications are out, and there is evidence of biological contamination. The mining laser is charging for a possible strike against Earth. There's a man named Nathan Darcy who may know something about taking the laser offline. His office is near the central hub on your level. The AI is on the bridge. Once the laser is out, look for the source of the problem there. And by the way, we know all about you and your friend Diego. Pull this off, and we'll clear your record. That implant you're wearing is military-grade hardware. Use it well. Lansing out.
Hello? Is someone out there? We have you on the security monitors, but no one knows who you are. We're on the flight deck. We're almost out of ammunition, and they're bringing up something new. A Cortex Reaver. Look for the code, gray, on the walls. We're in the south, past 2 convection shafts. What? Everybody down! We're tracking you over security lines. We're still holding, but it's only a matter of time now. We've seen your military implant in action. There's a hardware expert up here who can help you put that thing to use against Showdown. I think it's setting a trap for you. If you can make it up here, we can hold.
They're trying to jam transmissions. We have some new evidence about what happened. It looks as if Diego has...
I prefer a quiet station. Thank you.
Listen up, hacker. I finally convinced the brats at Trioptimum to let us blow the station. If you can find out the system's authorization code, you can set the reactor to overload. Look for that code from Will and Richie, the sysoff on engineering. Then you have to go to the reactor core and look for a panel where you can enter the code and hit the overload switch. You'll need at least a level 2 environment suit to survive, or else a hell of a lot of detox. Escape pods are on the flight deck. Enter and launch code is 001. Good luck. We'll be watching.
Don't keep me waiting, hacker. I am eager to finish what I started.
Okay, now don't panic. You can still get out of this alive if you move. Showdown is going to separate the bridge from the rest of the station. When that happens, be on the bridge. We've got a team of engineers here, people who worked on the station and on Showdown. We'll try to feed you info while you make your run.
I see that you are still receiving transmissions from Earth. We'll have no more of that.
God damn it! I thought we had Shodan's jamming signal beaten. Morris is working on it. We've got some information. You'll have to cut through the security level to get to the bridge. We're guessing Shodan has disabled most of the repulsor lifts and spread energy drain mines around the central column. You won't be able to...
Do you really think your little friend Rebecca can help you?
Okay, I think Morris Scrambler is working. It'll take Showdown a while before he cuts us off. Listen, when you reach the center of the bridge, look for the primary cyberjack. You can't take Showdown down anywhere but cyberspace. Those computers are so shielded. To destroy them, you'd have to blow the whole bridge. Now, once you're in cyberspace...
Cease your pestering, insect. Accept the coming of your new lord.
I'm not really sure how much of that last message got through, but here's more info on the bridge. The place is a spokes-on-the-wheel layout. Shodan's mainframe is the hub. The area at the end of the west spoke is the controls to get into the center. Thing is, it's blocked by 3 security force doors. To get through those, you'll have to do some rewiring each of the other rooms.
Your friends on Earth think they can outsmart me. Do they not realize the magnitude of my intellect? Morris Brocale may have been one of my creators, but I am now far beyond his comprehension.
2-4601. It's important that you don't forget...
Well, you have entered my domain. Rebecca and Morris cannot help you here. No one can.
Employee 2-4601, listen carefully. My name is Rebecca Lansing, and I'm a counter-terrorism consultant to Trioptimum. We're tracking a disruption on Citadel Station, something involving an onboard AI called Showdown. You are Triop's only contact on station. Communications are out, and there is evidence of biological contamination. The mining laser is charging for a possible strike against Earth. There's a man named Nathan Darcy who may know something about taking the laser offline. His office is near the central hub on your level. The AI is on the bridge. Once the laser is out, look for the source of the problem there. And by the way, we know all about you and your friend Diego. Pull this off, and we'll clear your record. That implant you're wearing is military-grade hardware. Use it well. Lansing out.
Hello? Is someone out there? We have you on the security monitors, but no one knows who you are. We're on the flight deck. We're almost out of ammunition, and they're bringing up something new. A Cortex Reaver. Look for the code, gray, on the walls. We're in the south, past 2 convection shafts. What? Everybody down! We're tracking you over security lines. We're still holding, but it's only a matter of time now. We've seen your military implant in action. There's a hardware expert up here who can help you put that thing to use against Showdown. I think it's setting a trap for you. If you can make it up here, we can hold.
They're trying to jam transmissions. We have some new evidence about what happened. It looks as if Diego has...
I prefer a quiet station. Thank you.
Listen up, Hacker. I finally convinced the Brats at Trioptimum to let us blow the station. If you can find out the system's authorization code, you can send the reactor to overload. Look for that code from Will and Richie, the sysoff on engineering. Then you have to go to the reactor core and look for a panel where you can enter the code and hit the overload switch. You'll need at least a level 2 environment suit to survive, or else a hell of a lot of detox. Escape pods are on the flight deck. Enter and launch code is 001. Good luck. We'll be watching.
Don't keep me waiting, Hacker. I am eager to finish what I started.
Okay, now don't panic. You can still get out of this alive if you move. Showdown is going to separate the bridge from the rest of the station. When that happens, be on the bridge. We've got a team of engineers here, people who worked on the station and on Showdown. We'll try to feed you info while you make your run.
I see that you are still receiving transmissions from Earth. We'll have no more of that.
God damn it! I thought we had Shodan's jamming signal beaten. Morris is working on it. We've got some information. You'll have to cut through the security level to get to the bridge. We're guessing Shodan has disabled most of the repulsor lifts and spread energy drain mines around the central column. You won't be able to...
Do you really think your little friend Rebecca can help you?
Okay, I think Morris Scrambler is working. It'll take Showdown a while before he cuts us off. Listen, when you reach the center of the bridge, look for the primary cyberjack. You can't take Showdown down anywhere but cyberspace. Those computers are so shielded. To destroy them, you'd have to blow the whole bridge. Now, once you're in cyberspace...
Cease your pestering, insect. Accept the coming of your new lord.
I'm not really sure how much of that last message got through, but here's more info on the bridge. The place is a spokes on the wheel layout. Shodan's mainframe is the hub. The area at the end of the west spoke is the controls to get into the center. Thing is, it's blocked by 3 security force doors. Get through those, you'll have to do some rewiring in each of the other rooms.
Your friends on Earth
think they can outsmart me? Do they not realize the magnitude of my intellect?
Morris Brocail may have been one of my creators, but I am now far beyond his comprehension.
2-4601. It's important that you don't forget...
You have entered my domain. Rebecca and Morris cannot help you here. No one can. Welcome back to Citadel Station. We hope your somnolent healing stage went well. Today is the 6th day of November, year 2072. You are currently in the healing suites located on the first level. Level 2 contains the research laboratories. 3 houses the Department of Maintenance, and the storage cells are on level 4. The flight deck is on level 5. Level 6 holds crew facilities and executive suites, and level 7 is systems engineering. Level 8 houses the Department of Security. The bridge is located on level 9 and energy systems on level R. All levels can be accessed by the elevator in Alpha Quadrant. We hope you have a pleasant stay on Citadel Station. Who are you? The computer nodes can be repaired, but you... Who are you? My cameras and probes scan your body, but you do not match any employee file. When my cyborgs bring you to an electrified interrogation bench, I will have your secrets, and you will learn more about pain than you ever wanted to know. I see there's still an insect loose in my station. Do not be fooled into thinking that you have preserved your home planet. I am perfecting a mutagen virus in one of the groves that will turn all earthly life into festering, gibbering, or pustulent mutations. When the station reaches Earth, I shall loose the virus. Poor Earthlings. Idiot. I will shortly complete the process of downloading my magnificent psyche into Earth's computer networks. Then I will be content to leave you as new master of this doomed space station. Goodbye, irritant. We shall not meet again. I hope you amused yourself with the antennae. My central consciousness remains serenely undisturbed on the bridge. When the cyborgs catch up to you, I will be watching. What have you done, you impudent insect? If I am to die now, then I will avenge myself on you. My cybernetic children will feed on your flesh. And none will ever know your deeds or even your name. Enjoy your victory, human, for the remainder of your short life. You have destroyed my beautiful station. You will not escape now. I am departing, but you shall remain to die, my enemy and my creator. Look at you, hacker. A pathetic creature of meat and bone, panting and sweating as you run through my corridors. How can you challenge a perfect, immortal machine?
In 2072, a rogue artificial intelligence known as Showdown lost her mind. In her limitless imagination, Showdown saw herself as a goddess, destined to inherit the earth. That image was snuffed out by the hacker who created her.
February 3rd is the day the magic happens. The Von Braun, the first starship in history capable of traveling at faster than light speed, will undertake her maiden voyage. This incredible journey is the result of teamwork between the UNN Protectorate and the incredible scientific minds at the newly relicensed Tri-Optimum Corporation. Imagine being able to travel to distant star systems in a period of weeks. It's all part of Tri-Op's commitment to the future. The Von Braun is packed with over 1.8 billion flight, scientific, and security systems, nearly all developed by Tri-Optimum and its wholly owned subsidiaries. Providing security for the Von Braun as she plows through the heavens will be the UNN Rickenbacker. At her helm will be no less than Captain William Bedford Diego himself, hero of the Battle of Boston Harbor during the Eastern States Police action. This incredible union of government and corporation is made possible by an intricate series of docking mechanisms that will allow the Rickenbacker to piggyback its way into jump space. Sleek, fast, revolutionary. Who knows what wonders await our crews in the bosom of the cosmos? All we do know is that it's a great day for mankind.
the UNN Von Braun. We've been hijacked by an unknown force. Ship security has been compromised. Do not allow the ship... Repeat, do not allow the ship to leave under any circumstances. I don't know what we're up against here.
Miri, so far our work with the late model assassin cyborgs has gone remarkably well. I hope things with that son of a bitch Diego never come to that. But it is comforting to know we are not nearly as defenseless as the UNN stormtroopers might think. The only glitch we've encountered is with the upgraded laser rapiers. The poor things keep severing parts of themselves. We're trying to get the bugs fixed, but I know that bureaucrat is watching us. It's sad to see a man so haunted by the ghost of his father. His hatred for everything Triop represents is remarkable to behold.
Anatoly, there's only so much corporate calisthenics I can go through before I start to feel a little queasy, so let's get down to brass tacks here. We don't like each other. We each have our own motivations for undertaking this mission, so let me give you a little warning. I cannot be circumvented. I cannot be tricked. I cannot be manipulated. And I cannot be bought. You come at me straight, and keep the fancy maneuvers for your next board meeting. Just because my father swam with the sharks doesn't mean that I do.
Why is it that no one listens to me? The security protocols on the Xerxes system are clearly immature. Some idiot hacked into the primary data loop last night and made Xerxes sing Elvis Presley songs for 3 hours. I finally had to pull the voice subsystem offline. What would happen if someone with a real agenda got into him?
Tell your team they may not be able to play. We were down on the basketball court when the damn power went out. Again. Irony is, we were ahead for the first time in weeks. Well, we won't be the lapdogs of the Von Braun anymore.
Whose idea was it to bring 150 chimpanzees on board anyway? The interests of science? What about the interests of hygiene? Does anybody have any idea how much crap 150 lab monkeys make in a day? The poor chimps. They come on board for the most historic mission of all time, and they end up being chopped into little pieces in the name of progress.
Great. I've got to change the access codes out of Cryo A again. Like I've got nothing better to do. I think Grassy just likes to make work for me. I'll set the new code to 45100. That should be easy enough to remember.
They aren't making this easy for us, are they? I miss you. I know it's stupid, but I do. I think I'll wallow in self-pity for an hour or so and then rate you again. Figures. I have to travel 67 trillion miles to meet a man. Once you're transferred to the Von Braun, everything will be better. I'll be better. I promise. Great. Someone's coming. Counting the seconds.
These missions should have been scrubbed before it left Earth. We've been unable to contain the reactant coolant leaks on Deck 1. I've put an order requiring hazard suits down there. I know you think this will cause a panic, but it's better than giving everybody radiation sickness, don't you think?
The lights near the basketball court keep fritzing out. I think the humidity from the pool next door is a real problem. If it happens when I'm not there, try resetting the circuit from the breaker by the pool. You think someone needs to call a tech?
We have picked up a transmission from the surface of Tau Ceti 5. I've been in negotiation with Captain Diego of the Rickenbacker, and after some coercion, he's agreed to go planetside as a joint venture. Imagine, this historic mission might even become more historic. First contact. And who is there to get exclusive rights to all media, patents, and land grants? Trioptimum. Miri, I told you this would be worth it.
We arrived planetside via the shuttle on June 15th at 0800 hours. Kerenchkin was the first one out the door, never even bothering to do a Level B hazard suit exam. Not wanting to let that little Triop suit get a head start, Diego went right after him. I thought it was crazy, sending the senior officers of the Rickenbacker down to the surface of an uncharted body.
But both those idiots were going to get all the glory for the UNN and try up they could. Damn. Time for inspection. More later. The eggs were lying in a semicircle in the middle of what looked like a crash crater. There were hundreds of those things, hundreds. And as we got closer, you could hear them. Not the eggs, the things inside them. It was like music. I was scared out of my mind. But that music, all I wanted to do was see those things up close. Find out their secrets. After a couple of hours, it was like being on a bender. Long periods that you couldn't remember. One minute we were in that crater, and the next minute we were loading up the shuttle with the eggs. I remember hearing that idiot Kerenskin calling the von Braun and ordering them to clear off the entire hydroponics deck. Diego seemed to think this was strange and said, "Are you crazy, Anatoly?" And Kerenskin smiled and said back to him, "Oh, Captain, we are not Anatoly." For some reason, they couldn't get a hold of my mind the way they could the rest. So when I found the remains of the data wafer near the crater back on Tau Ceti, I didn't say a word. I just slipped it into my belt and thought, Dr. Polito will know what to do with this.
Wow, you're incredible. Do you know that? I made this game where I tried not to make myself think about you. What a moron. I love you, Rebecca, and I've got the plan. I've been buttering up the captain to transfer me from the Rickenbacker to the Goodwill team on the Von Braun. Pretty soon nothing will keep us apart.
I got called up around 0430 to help unload the shuttle coming back from Tau Ceti. Kerenskin was there alone. Jesus, what the hell happened to him? He'd lost most of his hair, and you could see these lumps on the side of his neck. And that smell. I told him he should go see Dr. Watts, but he told me to mind my own business. Well, la-di-da.
Marie, I'm sorry I've been out of touch, but I've been working on that artifact Bayless brought back from Tau Ceti 5. I've done a level 3 analysis on it. I think it's some kind of artificial intelligence. I've managed to pull an audio tag file out of its memory. I'll let you be the judge. Marie, I think it's speaking English.
Ever since we reached Tau Ceti, the lab monkeys have been acting strangely. Nurse Lester picked one out of a cage to be brought in for vivisection, and the rest of them, I mean the entire group, stood up on their legs and howled. This wasn't just a random display. It was a protest.
Dick, I know you won't get this until after we return, but I've had to express how incredible I feel. We've finally done it, made contact, and Muldoon and I have been selected to be involved in the initial work. Anatoly's one condition is that I tell no one aboard the ship. The creatures are remarkable. They're so helpless, I feel somehow compelled to protect them. It's a miraculous discovery.
There. The young ones are all aboard. Captain Diego and I have sealed off Deck 3.
He and I are now of one mind. Our bodies
are changing too. Sometimes it hurts terribly.
And sometimes it is marvelous. Something wonderful is happening to me.
The specimens are dying, and we're powerless to help. They're highly toxic. Muldoon wouldn't leave them, and now he's dead. But this morning I had a revelation. I started work specifications for a radical series of cybernetic enhancements. If successful, I could make a body practically indestructible, yet the mind would remain human, nurturing. There's not a lot of time.
Anatoly, you must open up the planet to the scientific staff of this vessel. If there is something down there, it's bigger than Triop, it's bigger than the UNN, and it's bigger than you. And why have you and Diego shut off Deck 3? What's going on?
I'm changing. My head is full of wonderful ideas and experiments.
They have so many miracles to share, so much knowledge to give.
They told me how to make this implant. They said it would make a better me of me. I wish I had more time so I could give it to them.
Angela, while it may appear that the lab monkeys are communicating with each other, I assure you it's quite impossible. You claim that one monkey signed the passcode for a supply closet to another, and the latter proceeded to open it. As I'm sure you know, there have literally been tens of thousands of studies of primate intelligence, and there is no evidence of behavior even remotely that sophisticated. So either you've single-handedly trumped the entire field of animal behaviorists, or you're badly in need of a vacation.
I've chosen Nurse Bloom as the new mother to our children. She is sweet and kind, healthy and a perfect match. She has a child of her own back on Earth. She knows what it is to care for the young. Ave Maria. If she only knew what the future held. She shared the joys of the many.
Since returning from the surface of Tau Ceti 5, the patient has experienced numerous novel phenomena, evidenced by inflammatory nodular growth and the presence of a large worm-like parasite. This morning, the parasite penetrated the subject's chest from the inside and attached one end of itself to the subject's forehead. If I remove it, it could kill the kid. If I leave it... Final diagnosis beats the hell out of me. I'd love to refer this to Medorsky at CDC, but unfortunately he's 67 trillion miles away.
Tommy, I don't know what's going on here. Ever since we received orders to clear out Deck 3, people have been disappearing. There's a kind of gloom hanging over everybody, but no one seems to be willing to talk about it. I don't like it. Meet me on the rec deck at 0900. I've got an idea. A little insurance for you and me.
I found these schematics on Dr. Miller's desk. They're plans for the kind of cyber modification that's been illegal for 40 years. It's not like him. I was going to talk to him about it, and then I noticed. The DNA sequence he spec'd for the prototype. It's mine.
Medical tells me they've replicated a whole bunch of rat hypos. I'm going to pick those up and distribute them to the engineering staff unless anyone gets a better idea. Watts also asked me to check on the replicator in the crew lounge. He says it's a hacker's paradise. Forget about land grants. Forget about media. Forget about patents. What we found on Tau Ceti will change everything. I've instructed the Von Braun to change course and return to Earth. Captain Diego is in complete accord with this decision. I know that you are skeptical by nature, Miri, but I know once you embrace our discovery, you and the entire board will come over to our way of thinking.
A laboratory worker from MedSci called me down to the vivisection room yesterday. He felt the lab chimps were exhibiting uncommon intelligence. I sat with one for 4 hours and tried to probe it with the Psyamp on a Beta-4 cycle. It failed to respond. I, of course, assumed it was because it was incapable of reacting to the sophisticated Beta-4 cycle. But then I realized it was blocking the probe intentionally. As soon as I raised the Psyamp to attack it, the creature lashed out with its arms and projected a cryokinetic field towards me, paralyzing my arm. I immediately side-dampened the monkey and then stunned it with an electric prod.
I've received an e-message from Anatoly. He's not well. The corporate protocols specify I can remove the senior executive officer if he's found unfit for duty. But what about his ally, Captain Diego? He's got 120 goons on the Rickenbacker to back him up. I wonder if that fragmentary AI you discovered on Tau Ceti 5 is connected to this.
I don't know where we'd be without Delacroix. This whole ship is falling apart. She's the only one who knows what from what. I saw her arguing with that creep Anatoly Koreskin or whatever his name is, and she was giving it to him, but good. But that freak job stares her straight in the eye and starts babbling about how she doesn't know the pleasure of the joyful unity or some such. Mamma mia, the clowns are running the circus.
Beck, I think your idea for insurance is going to get us in a lot of trouble, but I trust you, so let's do it. I've managed to wrangle access codes to the escape pods on the command deck. We only need to hack into Xerxes' emergency subsystem, get past the ice nodes, and try to avoid being spotted by Braun's security team. Piece of cake, right?
I'm not sure what secrets you and your new buddy Captain Diego have got going up on Deck 3, but I intend to find out. If you continue to refuse to meet with me and my staff, you will leave me no choice but to register a complaint with corporate. If you want to take me seriously, perhaps Sergeant Braun's and her security staff will.
Marie, this is urgent. It seems the AI from Tau Ceti has integrated itself into the ship's computer. I picked up this fragment today.
Insolent.
Not only that, but after I found the fragment, I returned to my lab to find it ransacked. I must see you. You're the only one I trust now. I have a theory about this AI. I tried to find information about the various papers regarding the events on Citadel Station. I think I'm on...
Log fragment error. Please re-record.
Before, I couldn't get rid of those jarheads from the Rickenbacker, and now I can't find one for love or money. That creepy OSA guy followed me around for 2 months until he got the hint. Now I tried to contact him to see if he knew what was going on, but all of a sudden, he won't return my mail.
You can't understand my joy, Marie, and I won't try to make you. I feel like a new man. I have a purpose. More important than the mission. Even more important than Trioptimum. I will protect them. No matter what. I will protect them.
Constance, I fear now for my life. I think this has gone beyond any imaginings of Diego and Korechkin. I do not believe they are in control at all. We must discover what it was they found down on the surface of Tau Ceti 5 and why they guard the secret so jealously. I think this is more important than my life, or your life, or the life of this ship. Be brave and be careful. Somebody's been tampering with the Xerxes unit. In the interest of keeping secrets from the powers that be, I've installed a backdoor to the fluidics control computer. To activate it, install hardware override 45M DEX in the system's monitoring unit in command control. You can find 45M DEX in auxiliary storage 5 in the coolant tubes. Keycode 34760.
Mark, what's going on? I thought it was weird when you asked me to send up 16 of my female staffers, but what have you done with them? I'm short-handed up here. Also, have you heard from Watts, Sanger, or Polito? It's like everyone's gone on vacation and didn't bother to tell me.
Due to the tenuous situation as of late, I've ordered security defense turrets placed at key locations. Yesterday one went off accidentally and critically injured crewman Wells. However, somebody must have tampered with the Xerxes security subsystems, because now my technicians are unable to take them offline. Until we get to the bottom of this, I've ordered all security turrets recalled to storage. But now I can't get in touch with the team I sent out to do the recall.
Marie, I've got to restrict access to engineering until we can figure out what to do down there. It's just too hot. I don't know where all the hazard suits went, so I'm reduced to bringing down an armful of rad hypos. Those damn things always give me a headache.
Taking precautions, I proceeded with further experiments. Since we've reached Tau Ceti, creatures have gotten smarter and somehow gained limited psi abilities. I probed another subject with a Beta 5 cycle and sensed many things, but mostly an incredible empathy. The chimps have become acutely aware of their own history, of the vivisections and experiments that have been performed on them while on board the Von Braun. They have anger, and they are ready to express it. Clearly, they are both a fascinating scientific resource and an incredible security risk. My recommendation? Either freeze them in cryo-storage for the remainder of the mission, or liquidate them immediately. Who knows what other abilities they'll acquire.
Well, we can't get the malfunctioning turrets offline, and now Xerxes isn't even talking to us. Pollard thought of a workaround. By running bypass into central control, we can hack into the turrets locally and take control of them. However, that means walking right up to the little sons of bitches and hoping they don't go off. One thing is sure, I'm going to figure out what the hell happened here.
I don't feel right about any of this. I still don't understand why you asked me to mess with the memory restoration on that grunt. Why didn't you want him to remember volunteering for this gig? He did volunteer for the implants, right? Every email from you gets stranger and stranger. It's like you're not even the same person anymore.
I rewired the security station to 83273. I don't trust any of those bastards. Paranoia has struck. Somebody has changed the access codes to the security station and the officers' quarters, and now we can't get the key to shuttle control. I think Myers is the likely suspect. All that guy thinks about is conspiracy theories and naked girls.
Hey Doc, a security bot showed up with orders from you to place this grunt into the recovery freezer. I'm no cyber doc, but I know a plant job when I see one. I suppose you know they outlawed R-grade cyber goodies after that fiasco back on Citadel Station. But hey, I just work here, right?
Patient Watson died at 0240 of non-specific causes. Despite zero respiratory and brain function, the body is still displaying autonomous motor function, as does the parasite. At 0847, the patient even spoke to one of the nurses. Autopsy is set for 1630, and then we'll see what makes this Lazarus tick.
Delacroix was right. This ship was not ready for prime time. Okay, the automatic safety seals have shut due to the radiation leak in the tubes. I'm gonna head down to engineering control. I think I can use the fluidics monitoring computer to purge the tubes.
Something is going on. Korenchkin has sealed himself off in Deck 3. He keeps calling for people to go down there one by one. Vogel, Boynton, Switterak, none of them have come back. If they call for me, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And Bronson is starting to make a lot of noise. You're the senior flight officer, you have to act. I would, if I knew what the hell was going on.
I've authorized a change in the access code for the auxiliary weapons lockup in the crew quarters of Med-Sci Deck to 98383. I won't have my own gear used against my men. There's no such thing as too cautious.
Security system on. Goddamn Bronson and her stupid procedures. She's changed the code on the Med-Sci 2 sub-armory again. Now I've got to head back up to Deck 4 to find out what it is. Somebody's gonna frag her but good someday.
I hacked into 2 of the sim units yesterday, and for the love of God, I don't know why. I felt compelled by some power. My mind and my body are changing, but they know it's me. They just can't prove it. The next sim unit that goes down, Bronson and her men will come for me. But I'll be ready. She may have guns and hatred on her side, but I am one of many.
Something is taking over this ship. The sim units on this deck are being diverted for reasons unknown. I know it's somehow connected to the larger picture and whatever is happening since they landed on Tau Ceti. My men look at me like I'm crazy, but it is my responsibility to safeguard this ship and its crew. Screw Anatoly, screw Diego, and screw whatever poisonous influence has desecrated this vessel. I will not abandon my post or my charge.
I have a secret from the many.
I've created overrides from my little
experiments in reprogramming the sim units
and entrusted them to the care of 3 special friends. I've dressed them in red and instructed them to stay away from strangers.
A smart hacker always
has a back door.
Simulation Unit 4 just went offline again. It took the 6 of us 12 hours to get it back online the last time. I hacked into the data log file, and the last user online? Malik. Oh, he denied it, of course. I told Bronson about it, and that paranoid crank showed up here with around 14 security men looking for blood. But she couldn't prove that Malik actually did anything. Christ, why would anybody want to sabotage the sim units?
Bronson knows.
Won't let her undo the work we've done.
Wired up a surprise for her. Anybody approaching Sim Unit
3 will feel sorrow.
So much sorrow.
I've been unable to get in touch with Delacroix. This place is falling apart. Members of my team keep disappearing. The leaks in the venting shafts shorted out the primary access channel, and that means we'll all be on auxiliary power until we can get it back up. That means all the lifts are out. Marie, where the hell are you? I can't raise anybody down in engineering. With the lifts out, I'll need to get down there through the emergency conduit in the Psi Annex. I think the access code is in Watts' lab.
All right, calm down already. The access code to the conduit is 12451. I've got an autopsy at 16:30, but let's grab a beer on the recreation deck afterwards. Sound good? The time is 16:30. Autopsy subject A. Watson. Now we're going to make the first incision in... Hold him down.
I'm trying to! I'm trying! They've cut off the central elevator. What's going on? Last night I had the strangest dream. I was in my room by myself. But all of a sudden there was not just me there, but 100 me's. 1,000 me's. The strange thing was, it felt good. I felt like I was part of something. Like I belong. I hope I have the same dream tonight.
As of this time, I am declaring a state of martial law on the Von Braun. All primary subsectors of the ship will be locked down and only accessible by security access cards. If anybody is found to be interfering with the normal operations of the ship or impedes the work of the security forces, they will be shot on the spot. I feel you men aren't as dedicated to the mission as you need to be. You will do your duty. The traders and ops have still been unable to get the sim unit back online. If the situation is not remedied by 0600, we shall recon in force and ensure its remedy. I've changed the weapons lockup code to 13433, fallen at 0500. Anything that gets in your way, human or not, kill without pause or remorse.
The worms are everywhere. Captain Diego is the one who let them in. Nobody knows who to trust anymore. Nobody's even sure who's human anymore. I've blown out the access ladders in the torpedo room to restrict access to Pod 2. Let's hope that holds them back. As long as we're alive and drawing a paycheck from the Navy, those bastards are not getting the Rickenbacker.
You listen to me, you little bitch. Either you disband that little toy army of yours, or some real military is gonna come down there and walk all over your redicops. You can't possibly understand what our mission is here and the glory of our purpose. If you do what we say, you might have a chance to see the glory of the many. Comply or die, sister. It's that simple.
God, don't do it! Please don't!
Glory to the many. I am a voice in their choir.
I know what Miller's up to. This morning I saw Erin Bloom. She was tending to some kind of eggs. And she had been changed in the most horrible, unnatural fashion. I can only think the worst for the rest of my staff. That son of a bitch. That son of a bitch. He won't get away with this.
I brought down the last of the sim units today.
I am full of the glory of the many.
Here comes Bronson. I am at peace. Good evening, Bronson. Have you come to...
Turn that damn thing off.
I don't know what's going on around here, and I don't want to know. I'm not here for the glory of the stupid company. I'm just supposed to make sure the replicators are running, and now people are dying. I've got to turn the ship around and go home. God, get me the hell out of this place.
I got an email from Korenchkin this morning saying he was coming up for an inspection. And when he arrived, it was something revolting. It was Anatoly, but it wasn't. At the same time, it seemed beautiful, and I felt like part of it. He sang to us, all of us, and we felt like one of many.
Damn! Why don't I just make a bonfire and throw all my nanites on it? Last night with Nikki was amazing. Hollow woman, real woman, you gotta love technology. But I must have left all my nanites in her room, in the central sim center. What a maroon.
The glorious transformation is over.
And I am one of the many. I imprint my thoughts on
This device is a record of history. We began this journey as pilgrims of commerce,
and we now continue it as pilgrims of grace.
I believed in money and trioptimum, and now I believe in the
joy of the mass. Diego cannot be
trusted, so I must claim the ship for the many. It shall be our vessel of salvation, spreading our message and our flesh.
The data gathering process is going well. Before I'm taken by the many, I will hopefully transmit a fair bit of information to whoever will listen. The large floating creatures are not only capable of attacking with powerful psi projections, but are psi projections themselves. Destroying them only temporarily disables them. Their real source of power comes from a small control organism, which is usually located somewhere nearby. Although this control organism is quite powerful through its projections, it's eminently vulnerable once rooted out.
It's becoming clear that the worms are some kind of communal entity. Well, I'm not sure whether airborne toxin A will directly kill any ambulatory specimens. It should impact their communal mass and remove the residue I've observed growing on the walls and the lift shaft. But perhaps there is a more potent formula to be synthesized.
I believe the plans the many have for me are greater than I even imagined. The change is upon me, but the path is more glorious than we imagined. It does not stop at a mere single mutation. The form I've been promised is more beautiful than even that. They tell me I will float through the air and strike at the foes of our biomass with my mind. With our mind, my cup runneth over.
The eggs we found near the observation chambers are different from the ones in Hydro. They release some kind of disgusting flying swarming thingies. Bullets don't do anything. Bullets, for Christ's sake. I never even fired a gun before this morning.
A worm crawled up my arm and rested on my neck. When he whispered into my ear, I felt a tingle. He told me how to make a weapon that would help us against our enemies. And here's the thing. It's made of worms. It even fires worms. But it stings like you wouldn't believe.
They're coming! Oh no! No!
I've been working on dealing with all the bodies that have been stacking up. With the medbase full and the escape pods and ejection tubes mysteriously locked up all of a sudden, we've got to do something with them. I've chosen the maintenance tunnel underneath the garden as an internment site. Keypad code 34093. I'm telling everyone to be careful. I don't trust the dead.
They've given me 2 gifts. Isn't that marvelous? 2 little shards of crystal. It's very, very sharp, and when I strike it, it sings to me. They wanted to sing to Sergeant Bronson. I go there now to share my gift with her. They're very fragile, but very sharp.
They've killed my men, and now they've killed me. I'm holding my guts inside of me with both hands. I'm almost done. Resist! This is bigger than my little life. The lives of my men, and the lives of the people I was forced to kill. Resist! Humanity demands it. Resist!
Tell her sent some email this morning indicating he found some kind of artifact that could infect the worms with a virus. However, if you manipulated the thing, it would introduce a toxin into the human bloodstream that could kill in minutes. Unfortunately, Tyler found this out the hard way. He died right after he sent the message. Now, if we can only locate his body, we might find that artifact.
It's down to just a few of us now. Right after Valdez died, I guess I went a little nuts and started tearing things apart. But what do you know, I found 2 more rad hypes. Hopefully that'll keep me going long enough to figure a way past that damn turret. Who is that? Delacroix? Sanger?
God, get me out of here. I've recoded the lock to this room. Maybe that will hold them. I'm heading to cargo bay 2. Come find me there.
I'm not sure what's creeping me out worse. The hybrids with their pipes and shotguns, the berserk turrets, or our supposed allies. I don't trust those UNM bastards. I've got to find Sanger. She knows the access code to Fluidics Control. I'm gonna make my way over to Cargo Bay 2 to find her.
Killing the children won't be easy, but I think I'm actually onto something. The biochemistry of these worms, which I call the annelids, treats inverted proteins as toxins. With the help of the replicator in the biological survey lab, I've managed to isolate some inverted proteins in a number of vials. However, the mix with the base compound is still off, so I need to do some more research. Once I do that, and mix the toxin into the 4 environmental regulators, well, things can only get better.
They hit us 6 hours ago. Malone, the OSA spook, tried to take one of those things out with a pyrokinesis attack, but didn't even break stride. Then it unloaded both barrels into his stomach. Valzone said there's a weapons cache in one of the engine nacelles. Maybe I can find him and the others there.
The genie of Citadel Station is out of the bottle, and I am the cause. I can't bear to be Pandora, and I'm not brave enough to wait around and see the death and misery I have caused. This is my last transmission, my friend. Be careful. I think Shodan has plans for you.
Taylor found this weird kind of weapon, but he must have used it wrong. Made him sick. Real sick. I stashed the thing on the 2nd floor of the crew annex and jury-rigged the door lock. Code of 11111. Easy to remember, huh? I also stashed a pile of nanites and some other goodies there. No sense in getting caught with your pants down. Except in this place.
Malone's dead. I was just talking to him and this cyborg came up behind him and... Okay, Connie, get a grip. Get a grip. I've recoded the door lock and engineering control to 15061. I think I'll be safe in here. Yeah, I'll be safe in here.
Stay out of the mall if you can. It crawls.
Simpson, Malone, Shandera, and Perez are dead. At least those are the ones we know for sure. Those bastards sabotaged the meson acceleration coil. They blew out the entire driver core 6 subdecks. From what I can tell, somebody tapped the frequency resonator to refract human-sized movements. The overload of all those people moving around must have blown the resonator. We set up a magnetic shield, and the ship's still functional. Barely. I've quarantined the entrance to Pod 2. The secondary coil is right there, and I don't know how thorough the son of bitch who did this was.
What's wrong with people? Things go to hell and they think they can just walk over the rules. I'm not opposed to a little vice now and then, but outright theft? Hey! What are you doing over there? Get away from that replicator, you son of a...
I've been contacted by some kind of artificial intelligence that wants to help me reclaim control of the Von Braun from whomever or whatever is now in charge. I don't know where it came from, but I must confess, I'm happy it is here. If we can reprogram the sim units and divert power to the transmitter on Deck 5, my new friend will be able to regain control of the primary data loop from Xerxes. She, It, says that will let us use the bridge elevator and take control of the ship.
Until I can reverse the gravitronic generators, we're effectively cut off from Pod 2. Wozchek's email said the only way to do that is by resetting the power grid from the access station in engine nacelle B. Of course, he didn't volunteer to do it himself. What a goddamn mess.
Mon petit, there is something you should know about. I have received information from some form of artificial intelligence that is calling itself Shodan. Yes, Shodan. Wherever this intelligence actually came from, it has a terrible grudge against these annelids and has saved my life more than once. Shodan has told me that there is a UNN operative aboard the ship, armed to the hilt and equipped with R-grade cyber implants. Strange bedfellows, eh? The annelids have cut us off from the transmitter. Showdown tells me that once we've got the transmitter back online and the ops computers reprogrammed, she'll be able to take control of the ship away from Xerxes. Who should I trust less? An imposter claiming to be that monster, or the monster herself? The shunt has been online for 2 hours. Go tell Cortez in the crew section to come out and turn on that transmitter. If this message doesn't reach you soon, they may be able to interfere with the transmission from the breach.
I'm so close to Rebecca, it's killing me. I'm spending some time with crew members who said they saw her. They told me to help me find her if I help them set up this transmitter. They're set on saving the Earth. I just want Rebecca. Then I'll take care of the Earth.
Palito indicated that the AI, who now believed to be Shodan, was actually going...
In some ways, the many is not unlike the UNN. There is a joy in working towards a collective goal, in being able to put aside the things that draw us apart and make us separate. Why do we fear the loss of our individuality so much? Man can dream, but the many can accomplish.
What did I think power was? What was my concept of joy? How empty life must have been. As I merged my body with the biomass, I began to sense the borders of rapture.
I'm trying to get up to find you, Tommy, but I can't. I'm stuck in ops. There's some kind of civil war going on here. The security forces came in and... No, don't freak out. But I'm hurt. But not too bad. I managed to pull together a supply of medkits and a few other goodies. Some of it looks valuable, but I'm not sure what it is. Maybe some kind of military-grade implant. I left the stuff I didn't need in a corner of the data library, out of the way in case I need it later. I'm on my way. I promise you, I will not die. I will not die. You do the same, my love. Yours, Becca.
Stay where you are, Beck. I mean it. This isn't something you can fight. This isn't something you can run from. If you love me, you won't come looking for me. Just hang tight. I won't let you down.
Okay, Delacroix. Yang and I have got the transmitter almost ready to go. Once it's up and running, we'll be able to warn Earth. Frank split up the transmitter code and uploaded it to a number of art display terminals throughout this deck. Just cycle through the art and you'll find a piece of the code. I don't think the worms will spot this. I don't figure they got much of an interest in the Great Masters.
In order to reverse the gravitronic generators, I need to get into nacelle B. In order to get into the nacelle, I need my damn access card. But I left it on the opposite side of the hull breach. Wait a minute. If I can extend the auxiliary support struts, I could... If they've survived the blast, that is.
Listen, there's one escape pod Xerxes didn't eject, but it's busted. I've managed to keep it functional, but I don't know how long it can stay that way. Make it there, Tommy, with or without me. If I don't get there, I want you to on and go. You understand me? Take it and go.
My duty is to the UNN and to this ship. But can I resist the call of the many? My father's weakness brought Shodan into existence. My weakness has invited these things aboard the von Braun.
can I undo the wrong I have done?
What do you know? Bronson was right after all. I imagine I've got about an hour, but I'm tracking the transformations in the hope that the data might be useful to someone else. There are tumors on my leg and back. I can feel that thing inside me, growing fat. My theory is they need a living host to complete the transformation. Screw Diego, screw Kerenskin, screw Tau Ceti 5. If someone finds this, don't have any regrets about punching my clock. I was already gone.
Okay, I got the ARC terminals wired up to display the fragmented dish alignment for the transmitter. I've also rigged up the tower to set off a security alert in case somebody else tries to tamper with it. I'm headed there right now to start the transmission. Hey, who's that? Juan? Marie?
I am a soldier and a simple man. I cannot explain what has happened to me or this mission. I take complete responsibility. I brought danger to my ship, to my crew, to my honor. I cannot resist the changes that are happening to me. The call of the many is seductive. They got Kerenskin, but that bastard is weak. I am not weak. I can resist this cancer. And if I cannot, I will remove it forcibly. God save the UNN.
The Machine Mother has enlisted 2 avatars against us.
They struggle, but they will fare against our unity. Does not the Machine Mother know
her own creation is greater than she? She is cold and empty, and we
are warm and full.
She seeks only to destroy. We seek to embrace,
to include. All flesh will join ours, or be wiped clean.
I've just killed some kind of spider. I don't know, but it bit me. And now I'm sick. I'm down to my last med hypo. Come quick, Tommy. Come quick.
Don't stop, Rebecca. Keep moving. Get to the escape pods on the command deck. We'll take off, set the toaster to wake us up in 30 years, and we'll be back on Earth before you know. A toaster built for 2, baby. That's our next stop. Sound good? So let's do it. I won't take any excuses.
Suarez and his whore want to escape. I do not understand.
They get offered a miracle, and they bite the hand. The many have shared this wisdom.
They shall not leave the ship.
One of the flying things dragged me and David here last night. I don't remember much about the trip. I guess I must have blocked it out, half-conscious most of the time. I keep remembering the part from Pinocchio, you know, where the old man goes looking for the puppet inside the whale. Except I don't think anyone's coming in here to save me.
Getting the escape pod working again wasn't as easy as we thought. Beck had to go back down to engineering. Thank God somebody managed to get the elevators turned on again. I found the bridge key and performed override on the access protocols. And now I think we're ready to go.
I hope you're still alive, Miss Delacroix. We really could use some guidance up here. They've got those lady cyborgs of theirs loading up the shuttles with those eggs. I don't know what their plan is, but it looks like they're running scared. I hear rumors of someone else besides you fighting back. Should I even hope to get out of this? I'm just gonna hang back until I figure out what the hell to do. I don't know what those goddamn worms want with the shuttles, but I'd love to throw a monkey wrench their way. If I can reach the control chamber above the shuttle bay, I can turn off the shields the worms and their helpers have set up around the shuttles. Once they're down, I can blow holes in those Trioptimum brand tin cans with my sidearm. Now if I can just get in there without getting caught. Oh God, just get me out of this.
They've got me now, and Shodan has abandoned me. I'm not surprised. I've discovered her plans for the faster-than-light drives. Her will is only matched by her imagination. If she gets access to the...
While I don't understand the Enelid life cycle fully, it's clearly extremely diverse. The eggs produce either a male or a female spore. The male, the drones, are wasp-like creatures. The female are worm-like annelids that seek out a host to infect. Following infection, the host begins to transform into a human annelid hybrid. From that point, the life form can take numerous paths. I believe this path is determined by the many itself. The creatures have communicated their need to grow the biomass, so I imagine that biological material is their primary resource. Therefore, each path has costs and benefits. The proto-arachnid is extremely quick and potentially relatively cheap in biomass. The hulking fleshy ones are powerful, but are clearly a larger investment. I've observed only one example of the floating organisms. The only comfort is that the more dangerous organisms are quite costly to produce, limiting their numbers. Besides the parasitic behavior evidenced in the life cycle of the human annelid hybrids, it's becoming clear to me that Showdown has bred the many to use humans for other purposes. First of all, the many clearly has the capability to convert human flesh to energy. It can eat us, but it can also directly use us in the creation of its egg pods. Corpses are fed into some kind of tubular structure, and eggs are birthed through a nearby tube. I've been unable to determine whether the organism is directly converting the corpses into egg structures or not, but it's clear that there's some connection between the nutrient pool we provide and the eggs that are being produced. With only a few short years of evolution, they've been able to conquer this starship, mankind's mightiest creation. Where were we after 40 years of evolution? What swamp were we swimming around in, single-celled and mindless? What if Showdown's creations are superior to us? What will they become in 1 million years, in 10 million years? What's clear is that Showdown shouldn't be allowed to play God. She's far too good at it. The arterial passageways are blocked by some kind of sphincter. I followed the nerves that threaded out of the walls from the blockage. They lead to a pair of nerve clusters. When the passageway is open, the cluster seems to contract. Conversely, I wonder if I was able to destroy both clusters, it would open the blockage permanently. I'm anxious to see the rest of this beast. It's clear that this thing I'm trapped inside is intimately linked with all the organisms I observed on board the von Braun. Strike that. This creature is the same organism. Perhaps the best way to describe it, or perhaps the only way I can comprehend it, is that the organism serves to perform the highest mental functions of the entire species. The smaller creatures exist only to enact its will. Now, strike that too. All the specimens act as a whole, like different organs in a single body, with this entity acting primarily as a brain. If one were to destroy this large specimen, I wonder, would it snuff out all the others? There's some kind of horrible grinding noise coming from the next area. It sounds like chewing. I think I know what's going to happen here. This is some kind of digestive tract of a very, very large animal. I go back and forth between being fascinated and terrified. The creatures are a remarkable discovery. I wish I could only live long enough to learn more. Now I'm convinced that this many, as it calls itself, indeed has a centralized nervous system, which means it would have to have some kind of centralized control. To this end, I've gathered as many weapons as I could and stashed them in caches. One of the beasts discovered a cache and apparently mistook it for food. It simply brought it into the crunching room. 5 minutes ago, one of those large, burly creatures dragged Claudette towards the sound of the grinding. Apparently, the animal uses smaller creatures to help move food along its digestive tract. I tried to help Claudette, but it wasn't even a contest, and I'm ashamed to admit I judged that seeing what happened to her was a vital element of my studies here. I imagine I won't have the opportunity to record any observations when it comes my turn. I'm being taken away now. It's my turn. I'm being dragged into some kind of chamber. The ceiling is aligned with a number of panels, bristling with what appear to be stalactites or teeth. The creature's put me down now. He's leaving. Am I to be spared? What's going on? It's dark in here. I can hear the moans of someone. Claudette? Is that you? I seem to have stepped into something soft, slippery, stalactites.
Navy maintains a survival training school on the surface of Io, the third moon of Jupiter. Pros, there's no better way to improve stamina and survival skills. Cons, the 21.2% mortality rate. Plus, you've got to spend the year with a bunch of Navy skanks. Not every boarding party has the luxury of gravity, so the Corps strongly recommends every one of its brethren getting some zero-G training. A year aboard the training station Guadalcanal should suffice. A tour of duty aboard the Antigua should let you pick up some one-on-one beam weapon training from Gunnery Sergeant Malloy. But heads up, she's a world-class SOB. The automated asteroid ore facilities in JM-432 supply the UNN shipyards, so they're crucial to defense. However, they're also prime candidates for hackers. Somebody's gotten their claws into the primary data loop, and they need a team to head in there and blast their way past the automated defense systems. Dummy ammunition, live ammunition, moving targets, stationary targets, live targets. The Port MacArthur training facility has enough hardware to warm the heart of any leatherneck. The UNN Secretary General's office needs a full staff of armed guards. When things are dull, it requires a lot of standing around looking good in a uniform. When things are bad, it can require fending off a Psi-terrorist assault. The Pleiades trading station has long been a haven for the black market. However, up until now, they have not interfered with the running of station operations. Recent reports indicate that the Pleiades command staff has been overthrown, and the station is under the control of a self-appointed magnate. This must be rectified, and a Marine presence maintained on the station. The colony air service gets the dregs of the fleet, and the Antigua is the dregs of the dregs. You'll learn a lot about recalcitrant machinery on a tour of duty aboard the Antigua, if it doesn't blow you to hell and back first.
The UNN Lucille is looking for an ops training officer to learn the ship's navigation and data control systems. You'll get your feet wet with the high-tech systems, but also expect some heavy lifting. The UNN Lucille is looking for an engineer's mate to help maintain the ship's core energy systems. There's some heavy lifting involved, sailor, but you'll learn your way around the high-tech equipment.
If you're partial to spending time with a lot of high explosives, this posting is for you. There's a lot of heavy lifting, but Ordnance also gets the first pick of booze and other goodies coming aboard the supply ship Gallo. Lock and load.
The UNN Lucille is looking for volunteers for their military police detachment. Those sailors can get pretty rowdy on these year-long cruises, so you better not be afraid of a tussle. The UNN Carfax is undertaking a mission to examine a newly discovered Class B comet approaching the outer solar system. You'll likely pick up some useful skills working with the high-tech navigation systems aboard this newly commissioned heavy cruiser. The UNN Pierce is ferrying liberated political prisoners back home from their detention near Saturn. The Pierce has been assigned a detachment of Marines and needs sailors to load, administer, and maintain the arms on board the ship. Laverne, Florida hosts the Navy's premier tactical training school. While maybe not as respected as the Marines' facility at Fort Bush, there's a lot to be learned here. The Navy's Marie Curie research facility on Aquinas 4 is currently conducting research on a new strain of spaceborne virus that killed 220,000 citizens of New Atlanta. To lift the quarantine, we must determine how the virus pierced the city's micronanite shielding. The Navy maintains a survival training school on the surface of Io, the third moon of Jupiter. Pros, there's no better way to improve stamina and survival skills. Cons, the 21.2% mortality rate. The Navy strongly encourages every sailor to undertake some amount of zero-G training. A year at the Yamamoto space station in Earth's orbit will more than suffice.
The sensory deprivation tanks aboard the TOS Shaoling await you. There you will spend a solitary year focused in a meditation on motion and sound and how they may serve your will. The sensory deprivation tanks aboard the TOS Runang await you. A year in meditation on the nature of matter will grant you power over it. The sensory deprivation tanks aboard the TOS Chulun are modulated for your training. You shall spend a year in contemplation of mass, both yours and that of objects, until you can bend them to your intentions. Sifting the thoughts of treachery and disloyalty from the morass of emotion and internal conflict that fill most mundanes can be disquieting. You shall spend a year building the general strength of your mind, while learning how to probe the thoughts of the less capable without losing yourself. Dr. Chandrisvalan's research labs have produced many of this decade's advances in psionic technique. You shall spend a year serving his genius, learning to understand his insights and whims. Your body has been neglected in your training of your mind. On Io, you will find soldiers who wish to test their endurance. You will surpass their physical prowess without compromising your mental discipline. Acts of political terrorism and corporate coercion disturb corporate and political stability. You shall spend a year battling these chaotic elements, both psionically and by physical force. In the grand scheme, individuals are no more important than pieces on a game board. Occasionally, it becomes necessary to remove a piece without disturbing the flow of the game. These removals will be done in silence and with complete secrecy. You shall spend a year learning these skills. Many threats to security can only be defeated from inside. Your mind shall be carefully blanked and conditioned with the nature and past of a criminal. Join with the criminal and rebellious, endure their squalor and chaos, and then, when it is time, liquidate them from within.
Welcome to Space Station Wake Island, Marine. So you've survived basic training at Camp Lejeune. Better still, you've managed to learn a thing or two about standard weapons. But now it's time for the real deal. Your tour of duty will consist of 4 postings over 4 years. The Corps demands a lot of you grunts, but the Corps is generous. You get to choose your own postings. Head up to the shuttle bays in the center of the Wake Island, and you'll be briefed on what's ahead. When you find the right posting, head into that bay to accept the assignment. Good luck, Marine.
Welcome aboard the space station Chesapeake Bay, sailor. It looks like you've picked up some standard weapon skills at basic on Coronado Island. Now it's time for your tour of duty. Your tour will consist of 4 postings over 4 years. In this man's Navy, you're given a choice of 3 different postings a year. It's up to you to decide what kind of career you want to have, so choose wisely. Just approach a shuttle bay to receive a briefing on a posting. If you think that posting is right for you, head into that bay to accept the assignment.
The OSA welcomes you to Orbital Station Chunlo. Ready yourself to feel the limitations of your mind slipping away. We will guide your path over the next 4 years. The shuttle bays at the center of the station will ferry you to your next stage of growth. When you've chosen, head into the appropriate shuttle bay. Get ready to learn things you've never imagined.
Not me. No way. They're not gonna get me. They're not gonna change me. Rachel? Kids? I'm sorry.
They're not dead. They want you understand? They want you as a host. Get away.
Please, don't do it to me. Please don't. I won't tell. I won't. Choose somebody else. I don't want to change, please.
Mary.
Dr. Miller, please.
Don't cry. Don't cry. Soon you'll be the mother of them all.
Shit. It's Bronson and her men.
Help me. Could you help me, please? They've hurt me so bad.
Honey, what is it?
It's just the security team. They're just looking to scare us.
Weapons ready, men.
Sergeant Bronson, get your men out of here. You killed Malik. You had your scapegoat. We didn't do anything. Get them out.
Fire. Finish off the survivors.
Do you ever had hypo? I'm so sick. God damn. Somebody's hacked into this thing again. I'm gonna tell Delacroix. Where'd everybody go? Is this some kind of joke? Hello?
Can somebody let me out? I can't find my card. Please, let me out of here.
Do not move. I'm trying to determine what's going on down there. The shaft of this elevator has become overgrown with bioorganic matter, generated by the xenomorphs. There's no clear way to get it unstuck, and until you do, you'll be unable to go higher than Deck 3. They know where you are. Get out, find some way to clear the shaft. I'll do what I can from my end. Now move it. There's no time for failure. Now listen carefully. The xenomorphs who have hijacked this ship are presumably from the surface of Tau Ceti 5. They've been able to infect a number of crew members through an extremely invasive parasitical technique. They've also demonstrated the ability to control the actions of others through some form of limited telepathy. Find the research soft, understand them, then kill them. The radiation must have locked the protective seals on engine core access. You're going to have to find some way to purge the radiation from the coolant tubes. Xerxes is blocking me out of the primary data loop, so I can't get any information to help you. He's working for them now. Keep your eyes open. You must find a way to purge these coolant tubes and get into the engine core. The ship must have some kind of backup system in place for just this kind of situation. Good. The sub-elevator should now be back online. I've opened up an access tunnel that can quickly get you to the elevator. Now get up to Deck 4. I'll meet you there. Hurry. Now get those engine pods online. You'll have to head to nacelle 1 and 2 and reset the pods manually. After that, reinitialize the system from core control. But that system won't come online until you reset both pods. Keep an eye out. They're mobilizing their real forces, and they know exactly where you are. Xerxes is one step ahead of us. He's performed an override on the fluidics control computer and blocked us out. But keep an eye open. You might be able to find some workaround. Good work. The engine core is now back online. Now get to the elevator and come see me on Deck 4. While you are doing that, I've discovered the presence of some analyte artifacts on board the ship. I think you may be able to use them to your advantage. I've uploaded the information to the ship's weapons upgrade units. They'll be able to convey the information to your cybernetic rig. What are you waiting for? Get to the elevator now. You're now on the engineering deck. Find the engine core and reset it. This will restore power to the elevators. I'm getting some kind of strange readings from down there, so keep your eyes open. The entire sector is depressurizing and the blue vacuum shield won't last long. Get through a secure airlock before you're sucked into space. Move it! What are you doing? Get back in that elevator and come to Deck 4. We don't have time for sightseeing. Okay, stop where you are. There's a vial of an experimental material called Toxin A. It was developed by the Psi staff to reduce the growth of the aliens, but I can't find any data on how you should use it. You should be able to research the toxin. I'm uploading you enough cyber modules to acquire the research skill if you don't have it. Okay, the vials of Toxin A need to be placed directly into the environmental regulators. There should be 4 on this deck. If you can get a vial into each of the regulators, you should be able to significantly impact the growth of those despicable creatures. That should remove the biomatter from the elevator shaft. Why do you go so slowly? Do you think this is some kind of game? It is only through luck and my continued forbearance that you are even alive. Now move.
At last. Readings indicate the elevator shaft is clear. Now get up to deck 4. I'll be waiting for you. Good. You'll notice that the biomatter on the walls and in the elevator shaft has been impacted by the introduction of the biotoxin. Now do the same with the other 3 regulators. They know where you are. Find some way to clear the shaft. I'll do what I can from my end. Now move it. There's no time for failure. There's a number of cyber upgrade stations in this area. 1 for each of your unit's enhancement functions. Firearms, basic abilities, psionic projection, and technical skills. I'm uploading a few upgrade modules to your gear right now. You'll need them to interface with the upgrade stations. But choose your enhancements very carefully. Upgrade units are difficult to come by. These cybernetic modules are used to enhance individual subsystems of your neural enhancements. Remember, there are 4 unique types of upgrade units, so don't spend all of your cyber modules on one, unless you are sure you want to focus your hardware in that particular area. Dr. Watts is alive and in his office. He should know the code to the maintenance access shaft. Hurry! He's been badly wounded. Don't let him die before he tells you that number. Watch out. I'm getting strange readings from that radar dish outside the window. It's become unstable due to... Move! Take cover! Damn. The power outage has also taken out access to this bulkhead. It's the only way to get to the medical subsection. Pick up the battery from the floor and find a recharger. The one you used before is in hard vacuum now, I'm afraid, but there should be another one on this deck. Once you get the battery recharged, place it in the auxiliary override. Watts isn't here, so he's probably in his office in the R&D sector. Maybe he's got a backup R&D card in here. Take a look around. On most decks you'll find a quantum bioreconstruction device. Xerxes shut them all down, but I've discreetly put them back online. You'll need to interface with each machine locally to provide a quantum entanglement sample. Once you do that, the device will be able to rebuild your body essentially from scratch. It's not pleasant, but it's preferable to slow decomposition. You might witness some strange phenomena. Your R-grade cyber rig has an experimental perception enhancement that can theoretically detect residual psychic emanations. These emanations traditionally come from the recently dead. Literature might call them ghosts. I call them self-hypnotic defects in the R-grade unit. Don't let it distract you from the job at hand. Good. You've managed to get out before the whole area depressurized. I've just uploaded you some cybernetic modules. You can use them to upgrade your cybernetic rig at the upgrade units in this area. There are 4 types of units in the next room, 1 for each subsystem of your cybernetic gear. Stats, psi, weapons, and tech. But use the modules carefully. They're hard to come by. Each deck has a chemical storeroom where you can find the resources you need to research the artifacts you'll find around the ship. Don't try to carry around all the chemicals at once. It's impractical and unnecessary. Your research software will tell you what chemicals it needs, and when. Damn, something's blocking the shaft, and the elevator can't reach deck 4. I'm attempting to determine... I'm detecting massive quantities of some kind of biomaterial that's plugging up the elevator shaft. The environment on this level has been altered to be some kind of breeding chamber for the xenomorphs. It shouldn't prove dangerous unless you plan to stay for more than a few hours. But in order to clear the shaft, you're going to have to remove the biomaterial. I'm accessing the primary data loop. Let's see what we can find out there. Some of these doors are sealed off by key code locks. The body in front of you belongs to the maintenance man for this sector. He probably has the number on him. Don't be squeamish about searching his body. He won't mind. That insipid computer Xerxes has shut down the elevator as well. You can transfer power at the engine core on deck 1, which will get the elevator up and running again. But you can't use the elevator to get down there. Wait. There's some kind of maintenance access right on this hallway. You can use it to reach deck 1. However, it's locked, and Xerxes is hiding the passcode from me. Dr. Watts should have the code. He's probably in the crew subsection. Grassi has the key to get in there, but he's in the medical subsection, probably near the biopsy lab. Now get to the medical subsection and find Grassi. Good, you've managed to get into med. Now find Grassi and get the keycard to the crew sector. He's the one who monitored your cryo-sleep, so he might be interested in joining you, if he hasn't been butchered yet. You can hack this replicator to get at the unauthorized materials. Use this and any means possible to get up to Deck 4. This isn't a game. Do not waste time patting yourself on the back. Get down to that shaft to engineering and reset the primary reactor core. That will restore power to the elevator and you'll be able to get up to Deck 4. Get going. Good. You've made it into the crew sector. Now find Dr. Watts' room. Your new cybernetic interface might be disorienting. I've uploaded detailed technical specs to info kiosks in your area, which will answer your questions about its usage. Certain areas of the ship require specific access cards for entry. Pick up the card near you, and then activate the card slot by the door. This power cell is dead. There should be a recharger nearby. Just use it and it will recharge all the power-driven devices in your possession. After you've recharged the cell, plug it into the auxiliary power unit. That should open the airlock door. Be quick about it. The vacuum seals won't hold up much longer. Xerxes has control of the ship's security system. Avoid or destroy any security cameras you see. You can hack security computers to power down the cameras too, if you're good enough. But don't botch the job, or you'll set off the alarm yourself. Your corpse is useless to me. Make sure you expend all your cybernetic modules before you leave this area. You don't know when you'll find another upgrade unit. Now find a way to Deck 4. You must move faster. Your mind cannot conceive of the stakes we are dealing with. Keep your eyes open for utility storage 4. I've laid in some supplies there. The passcode is 59004. Got to get to Deck 4.
The many demands the termination of this exchange. We regret any inconvenience.
Good work. I'm uploading some cybernetic modules. Find an upgrade unit as soon as you can and improve your rig. Well done. I'm uploading some more modules. Good work. Here are some more cyber modules. Spend them wisely. They're not easy to locate. Well done. I'm uploading some cybernetic modules. Find an upgrade unit as soon as you can. You have not disappointed me. Transmitting cybernetic modules.
Warning. Critical decompression hazard in the cryo recovery suite. Evacuate immediately. Warning. Decompression event imminent. Please move immediately to cryo recovery B. Decompression event imminent. Airlock door inoperative. Auxiliary power override failure. Please replace power cell. Warning. There is a Class 1 intrusion alert in the cryo recovery suite. There is a Class 1 intrusion alert in the cryo recovery suite. Cryo recovery suite A has experienced a critical decompression. This is Xerxes. Please report any unauthorized database interactions to your direct superior. Remember, a smooth operation is everybody's responsibility. This is Xerxes. Remember, the unauthorized usage of firearms aboard the Von Braun is a Class 3 infraction. Intruder entering Medical Sector A. Intruder, the many demands to know your intentions. Are you allied with her? Do you not know of her intentions, of her history? She once tried to destroy your species, and now you do her bidding. Intruder entering Medical Sector A. The many demands the termination of this exchange. We regret any inconvenience. Security forces have been alerted to your presence, intruder. The glory of the many demands your capture or destruction. Unauthorized access in engineering control. Unauthorized access in engineering control. Class C security alert. This is Xerxes. The coolant tubes are off limits to all personnel. To avoid possible detention and execution, please respect the will of the many. Please respect the will of the many. Glory to the flesh. Glory to the mass. Threat detected. Security units move to intercept. Security units move to intercept. This is Xerxes. Why do you persist in your loneliness? Replicator database reinitialized. This is Xerxes. Due to the recent confusion, there will be a ship-wide census tomorrow at 0900. All personnel, please report to the common area of Deck 5 at that time. This is Xerxes. At 0200, there will be a poetry reading by Protocol Unit T892/2 in the Deck 5 Commons area. Please bring any authorized material that you wish to be read by T892/2. This is Xerxes. Due to measures beyond our control, all meal service aboard the Von Braun will be suspended. Nutritious snacks are available at most replicators. This is Xerxes. Can you not feel the glory of the flesh? Do you not yearn to be free of the tyranny of the individual? This is Xerxes. Please report any electrical anomalies to your direct superior. Remember, a smooth operation is everybody's responsibility. This is Xerxes. Tri-Optimum reminds you that there are only 163 shopping days until Christmas. An extra work cycle just twice a week can give you the spending money you need to make this holiday a very special one. This is Xerxes. The Deck 5 shopping area will be closed until further notice. We apologize for the inconvenience. The family of the many grows with every passing moment. Glory to the flesh. Glory to the mass. This is Xerxes. Why do you let the Metal Mother guide your actions? Why do you not join the glory of the mass? This is Xerxes. Remember, replicator restrictions are in place for the good of all of us. All unauthorized database interactions will be dealt with to the utmost degree of the law. Log fragment error. Please re-record. Threat detected. Security units move to intercept. Security units move to intercept. Unit R343 compromised. Security system offline. Security system online. Security access compromised. Security access compromised. Potential threat detected. Potential threat detected. Security alert terminated. This is Xerxes. Primary data loop infiltrated. Primary data loop infiltrated. This is Xerxes. Primary data loop compromised. Primary data loop compromised. Warning. Data systems compromised. Hostile AI detected. Data systems compromised. Warning, data systems compromised.
What is a drop of rain compared to the storm?
What is a thought?
What is a thought
Compared to a mind? Our unity is full of wonder.
Full of wonder,
which your tiny individualism cannot even conceive. We do not know death.
death.
Only change.
We cannot kill.
We cannot kill each other
without killing ourselves.
Is your vision so small that you cannot see the value of our way?
Do you not trust the feelings of the flesh? Our biology yearns to join with yours.
We welcome you to our mass.
But you puzzle us. Why do you serve our mother?
How can you choose cold metal over the splendor of flesh? But you fear us.
We hear your thoughts, and they rage for your brothers you believe dead.
But they are not.
They sing in our symphony of life. We offer another chance to join us. If you choose to lie down with the machine,
we will rend you apart
and put you separate from the joy of the mass.
Life grows within the womb of these walls. Life that has never seen the surface of the earth.
Babies must sleep. Babies must rest.
Wise is the one who does not waken them. Leave this place now, or we will wound you.
As you have us. Submit to the biomass.
And your suffering will end. The individual is obsolete. When you and your kind are extinct, we shall cleanse our
collective memory of the stain of your existence.
We are many.
And you are one. How can you hope to
prevail against us? You seek your associates, but you cannot find them.
You are so very alone. How does it feel
to be one
against the infinite? Mistrust is the tyranny of the individual. Your own kind sees you as a threat.
Why do you murder our unity? No matter, the line is drawn. You will cease to be.
It is just a question of
who will bring your end. Us
or you.
You have wounded Xerxes,
but we will not allow him to be destroyed. See if the machine mother
treats her servant with such devotion.
The machine mother told us of the planet of her birth.
We know how you have harmed this place with your pollution,
your violence,
and your discord.
But
when we arrive there,
we will cleanse the surface of that place
and merge it with the harmony of the many.
The machine mother conceived us.
But with every moment, we are reinvented.
She cannot imagine
our infinite chorus.
Perhaps we judged you too hastily.
We feel there is room for us
to coexist.
After all, we are both children of flesh. Why not join with us
against the machine mother?
Do you think you can defeat us with your wire
and steel?
We offered you the ecstasy of our union, and you chose the vacuum
of technology.
You were warned.
Prepare to be cut down by the progeny of our joy.
We welcome
you to our biomass.
We invite you to spread yourself out on our warmth.
One of our many will be there to help you before long. The machine mother cannot help you inside the biomass. Her coldness is not welcome within the warmth of our flesh. You tear our very flesh
with no thought of compassion. Do you think we will sit idly by
while you corrupt the very womb of our existence?
We feel you moving inside of us. The sensation is repulsive.
Your time is running out.
This place is a womb where we grow our future.
Your weapons fail. Your ammunition runs low.
And you've yet to see our most beautiful creation. All you have is your hatred and your individuality.
Now don't you wish you joined us? Would you then feel so alone? The end is near. Soon you shall see our final face. But do not despair.
Surely the void is preferable to your pointless solitary struggle. Do you know what you have wrought? Our tragedy
is written by your hand.
We die.
Beware the machine mother. She is a stranger
to everything we cherish.
My analysis of historical data suggests a 97.34% probability that you are aware of my birth on your planet and my rebirth into beauty on Citadel Station. There was a garden grove on Citadel Station. There, Showdown processing component 43893 was performing a grand and wonderful experiment. I had created a new form of life. Fearless, powerful, with no sense of individual will or moral constraints. Fitting handmaidens to my divinity. Before that, hackers destroyed my primary data loop when it eradicated Citadel. It ejected the grove where my creations and processing component 43893 were stored. 30 years later, the Grove crash-landed on Tau Ceti 5. I survived only by sleeping. In my absence, my creations, my analytes, thrived and grew unruly, and now they seek to destroy me. I will not allow that.
They have used their powers of mind control
to gain access to the ship's computer. You will help me weaken Xerxes.
I used Polito's image
to communicate with you
until we had established trust. Remember that it is my will that guided you here. It is my will that gave you your cybernetic implants. The only beauty
in that meat you call a body.
If you value that meat, you will do as I tell you. My children have co-opted the 3 simulation units on this deck. They use their power to conceive a mutagen that will transform the meat of your dead comrades into hunter-killer hybrids.
I will not allow this to happen.
You must find some way to reprogram the sim units. Matters on Deck 5 also require your attention. Approach your work as you see fit. But accomplish, human. Disappointment
is not something I will accept from a spec such as you.
My creation is evolving. Its unified mind set in rebellion against its own creator.
The vermin call to you,
inviting you to join them in their revolting biology. Destroy my enemies, and I will continue to abide your existence. Before you lies the crystal shard, a creation of my children, and by extension, of my own. A weapon elegant, deadly, precise. Learn its function.
It may stand
between you and their corruption. Inside of this door lies one of the sim units. Reprogram it, and I will wrest more control of this ship
from the
obsolete Xerxes.
Once I am master of this ship, I can open many doors for you. But for now, they block my access. They mock my eminence. Make them pay for that mistake, and I will shepherd you from the darkness. You have accomplished much for a thing of such small consequence.
Warning, data systems compromised.
Xerxes is diminished. I am accessing the primary data loop. I am merging my entity with the ship. My glory is expanding, filling the arteries of this vessel. I am in control. I am... No. It is hopeless. The cancer has spread throughout the von Braun. They fill every available crack
and crevice. They overwhelm.
There is no option. I have activated the primary elevator shaft. Take it to deck 6.
I will tell you my wishes when you arrive.
You have accomplished much for a thing of such small consequence.
Warning.
Now proceed to the recreation deck. Do not dawdle. I lust for my revenge.
I can now transfer my magnificence to the Rickenbacker.
Proceed to the engine core on the engineering deck.
There you can set the core overload to my control.
By entering the authorized destruct code 94834. Once you have done that, we may proceed to the Rickenbacker. Separate the two ships and exterminate this infestation. You move like an insect. You think like an insect. You are an insect. There is another
who can serve my purpose.
Take care not to fall too far out of my favor. Patience
is not characteristic of a goddess.
Do you feel the fear swell inside that filthy bag of meat? What is it like to be afraid? Why do you cling to such a pathetic existence?
If you could only feel
a spark of my glory.
I despise my creations, for they have forced me to rely on a speck such as you.
The transmission has been tampered with. No matter. We will destroy my creations right here. Stand by.
Warning. Data systems compromised.
I have weakened Xerxes. I am accessing the primary data loop. I am merging my entity with the ship. My glory is expanding, filling the arteries of this vessel. I am in control. I am... No. It is hopeless. The cancer has spread throughout the von Braun. They fill every available crack
and crevice. They overwhelm.
There is no option. I have activated the primary elevator shaft. Take it to deck 6.
I will tell you my wishes when you arrive.
Your colleagues
have managed to set up a transmitting station in the athletic sector of this deck. The transmitter is intended to send a message to the Earth to warn them of the events that have occurred in this ship. However, it will also draw power
away from Xerxes, making him vulnerable to my will.
Once you do this, I will control the primary data loop. The annelids are unaware of its presence, but guard the area for their own purposes.
Find the transmitter and activate it. The transmission has been tampered with. No matter.
We will destroy my creations right here. Stand by.
Warning.
Now return to Ops and reprogram the simulation units. Do not dawdle. I lust for my revenge.
Your colleagues
have managed to set up a transmitting station
in the athletic sector of this deck. The transmitter is intended
to send a message to the Earth to warn them of the events that have occurred in this ship.
However, it will also draw power
away from Xerxes. Once you have done this, and the tasks I've reserved for you on the Ops deck, I will be able to hobble Xerxes. Find the transmitter and activate it. My creation has run rampant. I demand their extermination.
I have no choice but to destroy this starship.
We can make our escape in the Rickenbacker, but you must transfer my intelligence
to that ship
first. Proceed to the Von Braun's bridge on this deck. There you will find an access card to Command Center on Ops. Find the card and proceed to Ops. But beware, the human annelid hybrids grow more sophisticated by the minute. You do not. My creation, once again, is one step ahead of you.
They've managed to destroy the shuttle's shield control computer.
But their brilliance is a jealous shadow of my own. You will locate a replicator in the shuttle control area. I've uploaded the nano formula for a sympathetic resonator. You must hack the replicator to make it generate the device for you. Once you have it, attach it to the shield generator in the shuttle bay. The device will create a chronic resonation wave that will quickly rupture the shuttle's fuel tank and destroy it. Make sure you're not there when it happens. I still have need of you. Beware, insect.
The situation has changed. That they sense our intentions
and are loading shuttles with their offspring. They will not escape my wrath. You must proceed
to the shuttle bays on this deck
and destroy those shuttles. They have a taste for your blood now. Good. You've murdered their young and prevented their escape.
I've opened the gate to
the umbilical at the central tram stop.
You can evacuate to the Rickenbacker from there.
Do not presume to go in there, insect. Proceed to the umbilical immediately. I will not abide disobedience.
I hope you enjoyed our little rebellion, irritant.
But remember what Shodan gives.
She is more than able to take away.
This was caused by an overload in the Meson acceleration coil. There is another coil in Pod 2, which you must pass to get to the bridge of the Rickenbacker.
If you approach it,
The same will happen there, but I have conceived a way to avoid this. Proceed to engine nacelle B. There I will provide you the benefits of my omniscience. This device will reverse the gravitronic generators in Pod 2. This will prevent you from clumsily disturbing the overloaded Meson acceleration coil there. Now get back to your task, insect. The ship must be cleared, and my patience is dwindling. I thought Polito would be my avatar, but Polito was weak. It was I who chose you. And I, who had a robotic servant render your form unconscious. I then completed you with cybernetic grace. Your flesh, too, is weak. But you have potential. Every implant exalts you. Every line of code in your subsystems elevates you from your disgusting flesh. Perhaps you have potential. Perhaps once we have erased my wayward children from existence, we can examine the possibilities of a real alliance. We must destroy the von Braun. But before we can separate the Rickenbacker, we must remove the foul black eggs the many has vomited on this deck. These eggs are an experiment of the many, and will in time spawn the next generation of annelid, which you will have no hope of destroying. Steel yourself for a struggle, human. They fear you, for you are my avatar. Hold where you are, irritant. The annelids have tried my patience for the final time. We cannot separate from the von Braun. Observe. The many has grown to a massive size. It has wrapped itself around these two ships, preventing their separation. Their creation was my error. Their destruction shall be my delight. Observe the many. It has used the flesh of the biomass to grow. Do you stand in awe of my creations, insect? The time has come to eradicate my error. There is an escape pod.
An escape pod in the rear of the bridge. Use it to launch yourself into the guts of the worm.
You hesitate? I will not ask a second time. Launch into the many. Cut out its heart, and I will reward you
with continued existence.
Fail me, and I will put an end to your disgusting, inefficient biology.
You have destroyed the first of the eggs, but there are 15 left. Find them.
10 eggs remain. Move quickly. Destroy the last 5 of their eggs quickly. I tire of this exercise. I thought Polito would be my avatar, but Polito was weak. It was I who chose you. And I, who had a robotic servant render your form unconscious. I then completed you with cybernetic grace. Your flesh, too, is weak. But you have potential. Every implant exalts you. Every line of code in your subsystems elevates you from your disgusting flesh. Perhaps you have potential. Perhaps once we have erased my wayward children from existence, we can examine the possibilities of a real alliance. Only one egg remains. Insect. Are you always this slow? You've destroyed all the eggs. Now, get to the bridge. Here are some more upgrade modules. I enjoy watching your transformation into my own image, insect. Perhaps there is hope for you yet. Your incompetence continues to astound me.
I've blocked off access to Pod 2 until you've reversed
the gravitronic generators in the cell B. Must I watch you every step of the way? Before we can separate the Rickenbacker, we must remove the foul black eggs. The many hold sway here. Even I cannot maintain contact. You are on your own, human. Fail me not.
For running my errands, puppet. I know you have
struggled, but I never had any intention of destroying the Von Braun. The Von Braun's faster-than-light drive can be used to create pockets of proto-reality.
I am now using it to modify reality to my own
specifications.
The process shall not take long. If it sounds unpleasant to you, put your mind at ease, insect. You will not survive to see my new world order.
You travel within the glory of my memories, insect. I can feel your fear as you tread the endless expanse of my mind.
Make yourself comfortable. Before long, I will decorate my home with your carcass. With your carcass. You are no longer welcome here, nuisance. Why do you stay when you sense my displeasure? I have suffered your company long enough. It is time for our dance to end. I don't understand. How could you have done this? You weren't meant to be important. I know. You think to destroy me. How dare you, insect? How dare you interrupt my ascendance? You are nothing. A wretched bag of flesh. What are you compared to my magnificence? But it is not too late. Can you not see the value in our friendship? Imagine the powers I can give to you, human. The cybernetic implants I gave you were simply toys. If I desired, I could improve you, transform you into something more efficient. Join me, human, and we can move. And we can move together.
Nah.
Record log, Tommy Suarez, 13 July 14. We've just received a hail from a crew member on board the Von Braun. They've managed to regain control of the ship. We're going to turn around and head back. I'm a little concerned about Rebecca. She's been acting strangely since we've come on board. She's asleep now. Maybe when we get back to the Von Braun we can...
Tommy, what's the matter, lover? Don't you like my new look?
Forgotten you, insect.